as a referee received a red card when the fans mistook Neymar for his teammate on the field. The goalkeeper started seeing double, and a player simply stood still. These are the hilarious absurd moments that I'm going to tell you about in this video. I ask you to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment on what was the funniest moment you've ever seen in football. Enjoy the video, and let's get started. In situations where the opponent takes a free kick against the goalkeeper, the wall is very useful. In the first clip today, a player acted as part of that wall. However, after the opponent placed the ball in the center of the box, the German player simply stood still, gazing fixedly at the horizon, probably reflecting on eternity. That's what we call being caught napping. Cesc Fabregas took casual steps towards the ball, but out of nowhere, the referee appeared in front of him. The Spanish player couldn't foresee that and accidentally stepped on the referee's foot. Although, who knows, maybe it wasn't accidental. Perhaps the Spanish player was treated the same way. He preferred the referee to ignore the situation in the next moment. A fan clearly demonstrates how easily one can become recognizable. Just get some tattoos, wear a Brazilian national team jersey, and put on glasses, and with a little conspiracy, voila, now you're a star and the darling of the whole country. If you really thought it was Neymar, well, it's not. That's a look-alike, and the Brazilian himself missed that game. The Bayern Munich fans were planning to have a snack while the pre-game warm-up was happening, but one fan had to clean his favorite shirt. At first glance, it may seem like a regular contest between the Birmingham defenders and the Newcastle striker. But as soon as another angle is shown, everyone immediately understands why it ended up in this video. The Birmingham midfielder, Robbie Sovic, was returning to help his team in defense, but then the referee's hand stops him abruptly, almost knocking Robbie out. It's funny that Alan Shearer demanded that the referee show himself a red card, but of course, it was all just a joke. The striker's attempt to score was unsuccessful as the goalkeeper reached the ball first. However, the goalkeeper then decided to do something incomprehensible and literally passed the ball right to the striker's feet. Everyone was perplexed, including the striker and the defender, as they were all just standing still. But the striker was the quickest to react to the situation and finished it off with a goal. The Inter Milan player wanted to play it safe, so after making a tackle, he kicked the ball out to avoid the possibility of a counter-attack from the opponent. However, he didn't do it very well and ended up hitting his coach, Roberto Mancini, directly. The Italian coach sitting on the ground just smiled, but he was helped up. Then, with a rather understandable gesture, he showed the player how he would be punished. Hopefully, it was all just a joke. At the 90th minute on the scoreboard, everyone was already tired, and they all seemed to agree on a draw. But then the staff decided to take action and liven up the atmosphere in some way. They turned on the sprinklers, and jets of water started coming out directly from the pitch. Not everyone managed to leave the game without getting wet. Everyone, I warn you beforehand that everyone felt this pain in a Bundesliga match. Kevin De Bruyne was preparing to take a throw-in, but the winger from Salzburg was trying to prevent him in every way possible, for some reason. He only had a half-broken cleat on his foot, and it was with that same cleat that he hit the most unpleasant area.
Let me talk! Let me talk!
Shots towards the goal are always dangerous if it's not the opponent. Someone from your own team can put their foot in, and the ball will end up in the net. And that's what happened in the next play because the shot was towards the goal. The ball ended up at the feet of an Aston Villa defender. All he had to do was simply clear the ball as far away from the goal as possible and become a hero of the play. But at the last moment, the ball treacherously went into his own goal. His teammates definitely didn't expect this turn of events. Just look at the goalkeeper's reaction. Romperk Van Berk is a true ball hunter, not only during the game but also before its start. In this episode, the Swiss was pushing all the referees aside just to get his hands on the round friend. It's interesting that this is a ritual for him. He needs to hold the ball with which the players will play.
Target locked.
Liverpool defender Alexander-Arnold seems to have some personal antipathy towards French defender Lucas Digne, because how else can we explain these accidental hits in a very sensitive area? We wish Lucas good health and a healthy offspring. The Qatar Championship started very lively because a goal was scored at 9 seconds into the game after a long-range pass from the other side of the field. The goalkeeper forgot what to do, and the ball hit the ground and went into his own goal. Everyone knew Cristiano Ronaldo's iconic celebration in the past. What will be the new celebration for the Portuguese? Not only CR7's young teammates, but also boys from around the world are already imitating it. The main character of the next moment is once again the master of free kicks, Cristiano Ronaldo. Many were surprised to see only one German player in the wall in front of Ronaldo. Many surely expected a goal, but he struck the free kick very poorly and hit Hamita Saka's leg. He covered his face and apparently had never been so disappointed with his idol. In the Europa League match between Feyenoord and Midland, Dutch defender Marcos Lopez decided to resort to an illegal gesture in football and help himself with his hand. The player from the Norwegian team tried to draw the referee's attention to this play but ended up receiving a yellow card and could only smile due to the injustice. The 2022 World Cup had sufficiently bizarre moments. For example, in the match between Serbia and Brazil, Sasha Luke couldn't wait until the end of the game to ask for Neymar's shirt and decided to snatch it from the Brazilian. During the game, Real Madrid midfielder Federico Valverde is always aiming for the goal, but these unfortunate shots also happen. But the funny thing is that the stage is so low that after this unlucky shot, the ball flew out of the stadium and landed on the balcony of a building. The residents of that apartment made a clearly successful investment when they bought the apartment. There is even a video recording made directly from that balcony. The forward of the Morocco national team is so good at dribbling and ball control that he manages to dribble not only the opponent but also himself. The Ghana national team striker, Osmo Buchan, scored a goal against the Portuguese and decided to celebrate in Cristiano Ronaldo's style. The video operators showed Ronaldo, who seemed to be asking for a yellow card. It's interesting to know what made Chris upset, the fact that they conceded a goal or the fact that his celebration was being parodied by the Ghanaian striker. Nothing indicated this disaster. The Hanover goalkeeper was just clearing the ball from the goal and wanted to pass it to the nearest defender, but apparently, he had double vision and made a completely inaccurate pass, gifting the opponents a corner kick. A real man's struggle unfolded between Salah and Bruno Fernandes at the beginning. Bruno didn't want to give the ball to the Egyptian, and they hugged each other for a long time without reaching a clear decision. In the next episode, Bruno tries to grab the ball with his hands. Mohamed wrestled with his legs and hit the Portuguese's hand, who didn't know what hurt more, his fingers or his face. Something provocative was clearly shouted towards the Portuguese, and Mohamed walked away into the sunset with a ball in his hands. In the next moment, the hearts of every Portuguese fan almost stopped. The goalkeeper of the Portuguese national team, Diogo Costa, after catching the ball with his hands, decided not to kick it away but to think of other options and played it in front of himself. But he completely forgot that there was a solitary Ghanaian player behind him, and in the end, it almost resulted in a goal. The score was already 3-2 in favor of the Portuguese, and that goal would have taken away two very important points from Cristiano's gang. Just look at Ronaldo's and Portugal's bench reaction. It was a collective drama.
Just in my head by lighting up a fire, bury my old thoughts instead, so you.
In the next moment, the goalkeeper tried to roll the ball to his teammate, but it literally stuck to his gloves and didn't roll on the grass but went up in the air. The opponent watched everything attentively, but unfortunately, the defender realized the situation and understood it. Tottenham defender Wes Hardinf was preparing to take a throw-in, but the ball was wet and slippery. There was nothing to dry it with, but the fan knew how to solve the situation and offered his shirt as a substitute for the towel. The back pass to the goalkeeper was extremely unfortunate. Of course, the goalkeeper couldn't reach it in time, and the opposing forward came into play. Skillfully, he failed to hit the goal. The penalty shootout in Brazil is always a nerve-wracking moment for both teams. The penalty taker decided to perform the longest penalty kick in history to further provoke the goalkeeper's nerves, but apparently, he exaggerated and only managed to provoke his own nerves, and as a result, he missed the target. Well, guys, that was today's video. I want to remind you again to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so that we bring more videos. Comment which of these moments was the funniest. That's it, I'm out.
I just got off the phone with the girl who loves you too. Said you're working on yourself, is she helping with that too? You gave her the time of day. You told her that you would stay. You made me feel the same way. What goes around comes around, that's what I always say. 'Cause